Hey everyone, TQM here. Welcome back to my home office where I've spent pretty much every day of the past 3 weeks because Lisa and I are trying to do our part in helping flatten the curve to prevent the spread of COVID-19 as it comes across the United States. We have been self-quarantining here at home and practicing social distancing. The only time we really leave the house now is just to get groceries, and really that's it. We're both working from home, and that also means we're both sort of experiencing pretty heavy cabin fever. We're both bored out of our minds at this point, but we're chugging along and trying to make the best of the cards that were dealt. Now, if you've kept up with some of the vlogs that I've posted lately, I had a video on my last work trip, which was just before Lisa and I started to self-quarantine. This was the first video that I had recorded here in the year 2020, and it outlined all of these big plans that I had for this channel going into the year and into the future. And yeah, those plans are suddenly changing now because we're sort of stuck at home, and that's put me back into sort of another creative rut, especially with my vlogs and my videos. Now, on Instagram with photography, I'm still sort of doing the same old thing that I would be doing normally. I'm taking a lot of pictures of the pets. I'm actually trying to sort of expand my creativity a little bit. I'm doing a photo series right now, just taking pictures of all of the different animals as they come in and keep me company while I'm working. In the corner of my office over there, I have a big beanbag chair that I like to sit in when I'm working, but when I'm not using it, the pets will come in and they'll lounge and relax in it, so I try to get their pictures. So I have a Pets in the Beanbag Chair photo series on Instagram, so be sure to check that out. But unfortunately, ideas for videos are a lot harder for me to come by. If you're familiar with this channel, you'll know that most of the videos I take are vlogs documenting the adventures that Lisa and I have as we travel around the world. So even this past week, me, Lisa, and Becca were supposed to be on a trip to France. We were going to be visiting Avignon, Lyon, and Paris, and it was going to be a lot of fun, but again, due to COVID-19, we've had to cancel that trip. We're going to postpone it to at some point in the future when everything dies down. But for now, we're all stuck at home, and because of that, it's harder for me to come up with ideas for videos. But I was sitting in said beanbag chair and something occurred, and I had my phone with me and I took some videos of this event, and I was like, maybe I should try to look on the bright side of things, try to put out what I can and take some different videos than what I'm used to. And continuing on with sort of what I was talking about in that last vlog when I was out in Rhode Island and Connecticut, and try to sort of expand my thinking with my video making. So we'll get into that a little bit, but this one small event with 2 of my cats was enough to jumpstart some of those creative juices flowing within me, and it gave me the idea for this video here. So obviously, I'm not the biggest YouTuber. I've only been doing this for about a year and a half, almost 2 years now. I have a lot to learn about vlogging and video making in general, photography. All of my hobbies are sort of still in their newborn stages, and there's still a lot of room for improvement. But I feel like a lot of people watching this video may be in the same situation as me, where you were just getting into the hobby, and now with this disease rampaging throughout the world, you're sort of having to put that on hold, and you're not really able to sort of get all of your creativity out into the world. So I figured that I would share 5 things that I'm going to be doing during this period of self-quarantine, and maybe you can do them too. So item number 1 may not be for creativity, but it will help keep you sane as you're stuck at home, and that is to have virtual hangouts with all of your friends. So for the past couple of weeks, one of my friends has organized virtual happy hours where we get together on Zoom and have video calls as we hang out with each other, have a couple drinks, and just talk about random stuff. This has just been a great way to hang out with friends, both ones that I usually hang out with and also some that I actually haven't seen in quite a while. It's just fun to socialize with friends, and really, again, like I said, it has helped to keep me sane in these times as we're stuck here at home, because I get to see my friends, hang out with them. We have interesting conversations about random things. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun lately, so that's definitely something that you should try to do as much as possible, because it will help you feel like you're still hanging out with everybody and going out and not just being stuck at home. But now on to things that might help you get a little creative and maybe even come up with ideas for content that you could push to your YouTube channel, your Instagram, or things like that. Item number 2 is going to be to kickstart some new hobbies, or maybe even reigniting the flame of some old hobbies. So for me personally, back in around 2016, when I first started doing content creation, I was primarily focused on Twitch, and I was doing a lot of video game streams and occasional board game streams through my Twitch channel, which you can find a link down below. And as I progressed into creating more content for YouTube, I sort of stopped doing the Twitch streaming, but now that I'm stuck at home, it's harder for me to come up with ideas for videos like this, and instead I've sort of been channeling some of that creativity back into doing streaming. So I've been playing a lot of Rocket League, Animal Crossing, a couple single player games and things like that, and I will be streaming those on my Twitch channel. And I've also been playing a lot of board games through Tabletop Simulator, and so that's something that I've also been streaming a lot of. So that's something that you might be able to do as well if you have any hobbies that you've either wanted to get into or that you've done before but you hadn't really done in the past. If it's something you can easily do at home, maybe it's something you can channel some of that creativity into. For example, with Twitch, you can actually take those videos and actually upload them onto YouTube as either highlights or full gameplay reviews, things like that. But there are other things that you could take as well. Maybe you're into music, or if you play instruments or things like that, you can record yourself doing that. And if you do start a new hobby, a lot of videos that I enjoy watching on YouTube as well document somebody as they're learning a new instrument or learning a new activity, and you can sort of see their progress as time goes by. So that might be something you're able to do as well. Item number 3 is going to be specific for if you're a photographer or even if you're into filmmaking, and that is going to be going back at your old photos and retouching them. This is something that I had done in the past actually with a lot of my photos from 2018 specifically. When I first started getting into photography, I went through and re-edited those because I was like, man, my editing style was terrible in the past. I feel like I have improved a lot over the course of that year and a half. But what I'm actually going to be doing on this channel specifically is going to be for my vlogs. So in the summer of 2018 is also when I began vlogging as well, and I'm planning on going back through a lot of those old TQM Travels videos and recutting them to what I would do more like today, include more photos into those videos as well. As I had mentioned in that vlog about my 2020 goals, I was planning on incorporating photography more into my vlogs. So I'm planning on going back through all of my old vlogs from 2018 and putting in photos that I had taken in that time, getting rid of some of the fluff segments because some of those videos did drag on for quite a while. It'll be interesting to see if simple editing can make those vlogs better, because they will still be using the same terrible clips that I have where there's a lot of shaky cam and a lot of just really fast pans, and it'll be interesting to see if I can try to improve them with a little bit of new editing. So definitely be sure to be on the lookout for that here on this channel. You'll see those videos going up, and I'll probably actually end up deleting the older ones if the new ones are significantly better. But again, that is something you can do with both photos and videos, is just go back through your old work, because you might be surprised that you'd be like, oh wow, I didn't realize that I had such great images. They just needed to be retouched a little bit as well. So that'll be something that you can look forward to, and maybe you'll have some new masterpieces that you didn't even know you had. So along those same lines, item number 4 is also photography specific, and that is to create photo books. This is something that I have done personally a couple times now, where I've made 2 books, one for 2018 and one for 2019. So I have these 2 photo books with a lot of my favorite pictures from our trips in 2018 and 2019, TQM Travel Seasons 1 and 2, if you were wondering how those align with the vlogs. And really, the whole process of making these photo books was a lot of fun for me. I really liked going through all my old photos, choosing which ones I really liked, curating through your favorites, and I would actually expand out to not even just looking at all of the ones that I had liked in the past. I would look at all of my old raw photos as well, and I found a couple that I was like, wow, I'm surprised I didn't edit this one. This one is a really good picture. It's just something, I guess, your tastes change over time. Even though this has only been, a year and a half or so, I found several photos that I had taken that I had just sort of said, this is nothing in the past. And now I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I really like the way these look. And so I would go through, choose a lot of the pictures that I liked, and then put them into the books. And I really like thumbing through them now. Like even today, even though I've had these for a couple months now, I'll still just sit around in the office and flip through them. It just brings back a lot of memories, and it's a lot of fun. The books that I printed were through Mixbook, and they're very high quality images. The paper quality is good. I really like the way that the whole package looks. But there are several companies out there that do this for different prices. I would definitely recommend to try to find some where they have them on sale. For example, with Mixbook, the company that I use, they often run 50% off sale. So if I were printing a book, I would try to get it then. But their software is very intuitive and easy to use, easy to organize, so I would recommend them. They're not sponsoring this video or anything, but I have enjoyed the way that they look. But yeah, I would really recommend creating some photo books if you're a photographer. And item number 5 is going to be using these limitations that we're sort of placing on ourselves as we're in quarantine to try to stretch your creativity. So here's what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, which sparked the creative juices flowing in me. I was sitting around in my beanbag chair playing some video games, and I noticed that Cheeto, one of my cats, was walking up to my work bag, and he stuck his nose in it. My foot was just right next to the bag, so I instinctively sort of moved it out of the way a little bit, and that made him jump. And then my other cat, Cheerio, came in, and they both kept re-looking at the bag, and if I sort of lightly kicked it, they would both jump away, and it was really funny. So I had my phone on me, I recorded it. Here it is right here. the bag. After recording those, I was like, maybe I should try to record some videos of just like day in the life of my pets or something as we're stuck here in quarantine. And again, it's not something that I usually do, especially with videos. I do take a lot of photos of the pets for Instagram, but I don't really incorporate them a lot in my videos. So as we're stuck here at home, you can definitely expect to see a lot more videos of the pets, either just in their normal day-to-day routine, or if they're doing something hilarious or random, then I'll try to get that on video as well. But the major takeaway for this is that I'm trying to use these limitations to stretch out my creativity, go outside of my comfort zone, and try to still create something, even though it's not what I'm used to and comfortable recording at the time. So it's definitely something that you can try to do yourself as well. This is something you'll hear a lot of content creators preaching about. So for example, if you have photographers, they'll say, oh, instead of going out with your zoom lens, just take a couple prime lenses, pack light, and use those limitations to try to help stretch your creativity and things like that. So a lot of us are experiencing limitations because of the events happening throughout the world now. But I do think it's a great opportunity then to branch out of your comfort zone and see what else you're capable of creating. So those are 5 things that I personally will be doing as Lisa and I are stuck here at home for the foreseeable future. What things are you guys doing to cope with the cabin fever in order to keep yourselves feeling creative and getting that content out into the world? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. We're at 88 subscribers right now, just 12 away from hitting the 100 subscriber mark, so I can get that sweet custom URL. And also be sure to give me a thumbs up as well, because it does help the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to look out for my recut videos from TQM Travels Season 1. You can also hang out with me as I'm playing board games or video games on Twitch, which you can find a link for in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, cheers.